What is going on? I am Will Scott. Welcome into Boston Celtics Today by Chat Sports. We have some massive breaking news. The Brooklyn Nets are set to hire Ime Udoka to be their next head coach. They fired Steve Nash about an hour ago. Now they already have their next head coach in place. This coming from Shams Charania. The Brooklyn Nets plan to hire Ime Udoka as their new head coach. Sources tell The Athletic and Stadium. Boston granted the Nets permission to speak with Udoka and will allow him to leave freely. This came right before the Shams tweet. Suspended Celtics coach Ime Udoka has emerged as the likely next Brooklyn Nets head coach, and his hiring could be finalized as soon as the next 24 to 48 hours. Sources tell ESPN the Celtics will let him leave for another job. Absolutely wild. In the words of Will Ferrell and Anchorman, that escalated quickly. An hour ago, Steve Nash was fired, and I think a lot of us were wondering, man, could Ime go to Brooklyn maybe next year? And then we start to hear these rumors that maybe it's going to be even as soon as this year, and now it is official. Ime Udoka is going to Brooklyn. They still got to finalize the trade. He's still under contract with the Boston Celtics. Of course, he was suspended before the start of the season due to an affair with an employee. We still don't know the full details of really what went down, but he's still under contract, so a trade is going to happen here in the next day or two by the looks of it. We'll break that down more in a second, but first, I want to know, what is your one-word reaction to the news? Go down in the comments section and let me know. What is your one-word reaction? Now, the reason that this is probably all happening very quickly is Ime Udoka was an assistant with the Nets during the 2020 to 2021 season. Really gained a lot of respect within that locker room. Did a good job that season in Brooklyn. Got some head coaching interest. Ultimately hired by the C's and led the C's to the NBA Finals in his first season as Celtics head coach. He's known to have a close relationship with KD and Kyrie, which kind of added to the KD trade rumors during the offseason. But right before training camp, he was suspended for the entire season for that inappropriate relationship with a female employee. Obviously, there's a lot of information that we do not know. We do know now that he is going to be the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets here in the next day or two. The Nets are set to hire Ime Udoka, and the wording used by Woj was interesting. They're allowing him to walk freely. So I don't know if there's going to be a trade or not now because of that report, but he's still under contract with the Boston Celtics. Guys, go down, subscribe for news, rumors, and more down in the comments section, because if Celtics news breaks, we're gonna get you guys a video ASAP. I can promise you we're the first Celtics YouTube channel making a video about this. Go down, subscribe to the channel. So the Nets fired Steve Nash, and literally an hour later, they already have their guy in Ime Udoka. And Steve Nash had a disastrous tenure with the Brooklyn Nets. He was 2-5 in his first 7 games this season, and now you're really looking at this situation now, right, where Ime Udoka is still under contract. A lot of question marks happening here, and so we'll certainly see what goes down. Guys, I want to tell you about our new sponsor, Established Tiles. It's a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping restore global reforestation efforts. Project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords or ladies in English. This pack gives you 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland. An official certificate with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support those reforestation efforts. Look at that. I'm Lord William Scott. How cool is that? You can become a lord too and put that title on your credit card, and your dating profile. Makes for a great last-minute holiday gift. 10% off if you go to the link that we're going to have for you in the comments and the description, establishedtitles.com/chat. Save an extra 10%. And number one, you're going to preserve the woodlands of Scotland, which is really cool. Number two, you're going to have 1 square foot of land right next to mine. The first 200 people will do that. And so you can become a lord, lady, and we can build a Celtics kingdom over there in Scotland. How cool is that? Just want to confirm this news that the Nets are set to hire Ime Udoka as their next head coach. Shocking news that's transpired really quickly here. So the Nets are going to hire Udoka as their next head coach. Seeps, let me know we're good on time, by the way. We're good on time? Okay. Sorry, guys. But yeah, the Nets are going to hire Ime Udoka, who again led the Celtics to their to the NBA Finals in his first season as head coach in Boston. Shams Charania confirming this news. So I want to hear from you in the comments section, your one-word reaction, what you're feeling about this. Just shocking. And, you know, when the news first happened, when we first started hearing the rumors, I didn't know if this was going to be official soon, but it's looking like he's going to go over and take over right away, which is unheard of. The fact that you have a guy that's getting hired right after the coach gets fired middle of the season. It's crazy. So Ime Udoka, it looks like he's going to go over and take over in Brooklyn right away, even though he wasn't with the team in the offseason, even though he wasn't with the team during the start of the season. 7 games in, Ime Udoka looks to be the guy that's going to take over. And it was really interesting because they named Jacques Vaughn the acting head coach for tonight's game. Normally when a head coach gets fired, you're going to see a guy take over is the interim head coach for the rest of the season. But they just said Jacques Vaughn's the acting head coach tonight. So that wording made it very interesting in terms of what are they going to do here. So they opt to go with Ime Udoka. And the reason that the Celtics probably did not fire Ime right away, they knew he wasn't going to take over as the head coach. The reason that he did not take, the reason they didn't fire him is the hope that they might be able to trade him. The fact they might be able to get some compensation. He's still under contract. We're going to see what happens here. But absolutely shocking news that we're hearing here. But look, let's put the Nets draft picks on screen, Seeps, if we could, because if the Celtics are able to trade Ime here, which they could if they wanted to, but Woj had that wording that they could let him walk freely. You got to fleece the Nets, right? You got 2 first-round picks you can trade for this year, a second-round pick 2025, second-round pick 2026, 2027 first-round pick as well. So I would say fleece the Nets, man. Give us those 2 first-round picks and see what can happen here. But they don't really have a whole lot of first-round picks after this year because of the Rockets trade with James Harden. So I would say ask for at least 1 first-round pick next year in 2023, maybe even more than that, but we'll see what happens. We're going to keep you posted when a trade, when a hiring is official. We'll see what happens, but be sure to go down and subscribe to the channel.